In this Minecraft challenge, the player is trying to speedrun the game while their friend tries to stop them by controlling mobs around them using custom plugins. The friend can turn into any nearby mob, like a creeper that can explode whenever it wants or a skeleton that can shoot arrows. The goal is to see if the player can beat the game while facing these intelligent, player-controlled mobs. At the start, the player is in a cave, nervously searching for resources while trying to avoid any signs of mob activity. The tension grows as the friend begins controlling the mobs, making it harder to focus on progressing in the game. The player starts hearing explosions, and it quickly becomes clear that the creepers are not just random mobs, they're being controlled by the friend. There's an intense chase as the player tries to survive, escaping creepers, skeletons, and other mobs, all while attempting to get to the endgame. The situation escalates when the friend, controlling mobs, appears to be actively hunting the player. The player has to dig and craft quickly to stay one step ahead, but the mobs seem to be everywhere. Explosions, arrows flying, and sudden appearances of hostile mobs make it incredibly hard to focus. The player tries to get underground or hide in caves to escape, but it's only a matter of time before the mobs catch up. As the game moves into the Nether, things get even more chaotic. The player struggles to find the right resources, and the mobs continue to hunt them relentlessly. With skeletons sprinting after them and ghasts shooting fireballs, the player has to dodge and react quickly just to stay alive. The friend's control over the mobs adds an extra layer of difficulty, as they appear to predict the player's moves and try to trap them at every turn. The race against time becomes even more intense as the player gets closer to the end. The stakes are higher, with the final goal in sight, but the mobs are growing more numerous and harder to escape. The player's heart races as they come close to completing the challenge but are still battling the intelligent mobs controlled by their friend. The final moments are filled with uncertainty and panic, especially when the mobs begin closing in on the player in the end. After surviving countless traps and challenges, the player finally reaches the endgame, but the friend's controlled mobs keep appearing, creating one last obstacle before they can claim victory. It's a roller coaster of emotions as the player finally manages to defeat the mobs and win the challenge.